Right. Today we are going to understand a new tool called TestNG. Basically, you people already know TestNG is a automation framework. Okay. What do you mean by a framework?
Blueprint of
Just
an
general
application.
idea. It's not like, we need to give a definition. What do you mean by a framework?
It is a set of rules and regulations. It's just structured in a way we can execute the test in an efficient manner.
I'm talking about only framework, not the test framework. I'm talking only the framework. It's a general idea, because we are going to be correlate our English meanings with our language concepts, right?
Framing, creating a page with different elements.
Create a page with different elements. Okay. Any other?
Like blueprint.
Print or giving a text on the page.
Blueprint.
Something else.
Okay. Anything else?
Framing the project in a structured way.
Framing the project in a structured way. Okay. 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 I'll give you a simple example. Okay. Framework. So, for example, when you are going to some tour to some, like, Maldives or Kodaikanal or Kashmir, anywhere if you are going. So what you do, right, you will take a paper and you will write it down. What time is my flight, and what time I will be boarding this flight, and what time I will be landing, and what time I need to go to the hotel, and what time I need to be here. So you have a series of steps where it will make you very easy to plan your trip. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So you have a particular plan. So this is the, if I do it, then it will be easy for me. So this time I would be here. This time I would be here. So this is the nice place to visit. So all this plan, you made it and keep it ready with you. So what happens with this? It makes your life easier, right? Correct?
Yes.
So
Yes.
the person will go without plan. He doesn't know, like, where he has to go, or what time he has to visit the place, what time he has to board the flight, what time he has to landing. So there is no particular plan, and it is totally a disturbing way. But even though he can complete his trip, but the planned way and unplanned way. So both the things is the same. Like, completing the trip is the same point where they are going to be reaching to that. But the first one is the planned way, where he can able to see and organize and complete it peacefully. And the second one is unplanned way, which is cumbersome. Like, he's going randomly, and he's missing the flight and getting and looking to some other places. So not going on time. All these things are happening. Okay. Finally, he will complete the trip and come back. Now, which one is more feasible?
Planning.
The planned way.
One is the more feasible, right? Now, the plan here is when you have a structure where your life is easier, that is called a framework. When you have a structure, makes your life easier. Anything, like, not only a a Java framework, not only a .NET framework, anything. So that will give you the developer life easier. That will make developer life easier. That is called a framework. Okay. Now, TestNG, we started with TestNG called as a automation framework, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Uh, it is, I will not say as a automation framework, it is called as a TestNG framework here. Okay. So automation is totally a different term. So I will not add this one to this, to TestNG. So we'll start with this is a framework. Now, previously what we had and what extra we got in the TestNG, that is what we need to understand. Earlier, we have the J unit and N units. Okay, that is the developers, we used to write the test cases for the particular whatever the classes, whatever the methods, whatever the APIs we created, right? For those things, we write the test cases. What the test cases we were writing, right? We are writing each and every test case, and we cannot able to say, okay, this test case group together, this test case skip, this test case first you run and second you run. So like that feasibility was not there in that J unit and N unit, whatever the test cases we used to write now. But with the TestNG, you have all sort of features where you have particular plan. Okay, you have to start, you have to go in middle, and you have to go in after this. You have to go at the end. Everything you can able to control your testing classes total. So that is the one of the major advantage where TestNG bring it for you. So that's why it is called as the next generation. The previous generation was totally cumbersome, where it is you are not able to handle properly. But if you have a hands-on, then you will understand exactly what is the problem of it. But in this next generation, the test next generation, where you have a control on your test cases. So control in the sense like, okay, first you execute, after that you execute. No, you skip, and after that you go. Or I will give you the data, take it. Or you have already data, execute it. Like that, we can able to say, and we can control our test cases. Okay? Get it? Clear?
Yes.
Any questions on this? Because we did not start anything on the coding part. We are just talking about why the TestNG comes and what was the advantage and disadvantages. Previously, what were the disadvantages was there. Now, what is the advantage which is bringing by the TestNG, and how we are going to be execute, we will see soon now. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone knows how to install TestNG, right?
Yes.
From the marketplace or by giving the link.
Yeah, from the marketplace or from the
Or
URL.
install
Yeah.
new software.
Right?
Yes.
Everyone knows, right? Anyone doesn't know? Guys, everyone knows? If
Yes.
people
Yes.
doesn't know, let me know.
We know, sir.
Sure, Karan, Ramadevi, everyone.
I don't know how to do it.
What was it?
I'm not there yesterday, so I don't know how to do it.
Okay. Okay. So you can go here in the help in the Eclipse marketplace,
Okay.
search for here, and you can find search for TestNG. Then you can see like install. This
Yeah.
I already installed, so that's why it is showing as install. If it is not, then it is showing as a install here. Okay.
Okay.
When you click on this, and then it will install automatically.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Now,
Anna, one thing for somebody's it not showing in the marketplace, Anna. Then
yeah,
we are going to
doesn't know means they need to go in
in a help only new
help and
installation.
install new
Install
software.
new software.
So install new software and they can find the URL and the internet and load it. Then you can do that. That's also another way. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, once we have installed everything, so you can create a one TestNG project. In the TestNG project, basically, you can see two things. One, this TestNG dependencies, and two, the TestNG.xml. Basically, whenever you create a Java project, right? So for example, see, this is a Java project, correct?
Yes.
So you have seen this JRE system library. All your whatever the supporting jars is available here, right?
Yes.
But when you create a TestNG project, you would see here a TestNG dependency separately. Okay, because it is installed externally from outside into your Eclipse, right? It is not provided by the your Java, whichever you have installed here, JRE, which you have installed, Java 8, Java 7, Java 11, whatever you have installed, right? It is not providing, it is providing by the external sources, correct?
Yes.
So that's why you will get this TestNG folder. This is the first change. And the second one is TestNG.xml. So this is the XML file where you will try your total test cases from this TestNG.xml. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we'll understand. Slowly we'll go into the code. I'll create a new class. So this is the way we created the normal Java class, correct?
Yes.
But for the TestNG, the process of creating the class is little bit different. Here, if we go and create the create TestNG class. So one simple difference would be there. Previously, like normal Java class and this one. What is that, right? Class is class. Whatever the class, like, is either is a TestNG class, either is a normal Java class. Both are same. But only the thing, like, it will give you some annotations. Okay. Now we are introducing a new word called annotations. What do you mean by annotation here? So basically, we can say for every person, there would be a nickname to them in their house, right?
Yes.
So they will call with that nickname, so that that person will be, that person would be say yes whenever you call him. Correct.
Yes.
So for every person, like, in your kids, if you have a kids or whatever the case, right? You will put your nicknames and you will call them, and they have their nickname, right?
Yes.
So that means, like, basically, if you see, like, we'll put a nickname, like, what we can say, for example, if you take friends, okay, this guy is so mad, we'll put a nickname, and this guy is so angry, something like that, we put a nickname based on his quality, correct?
Yes.
So that means, like, you are telling to one person based on his quality, you are giving one nickname to them. So whenever you want to see that, you can see that guy into two ways. One is with his nickname and with his name also, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Correct? So
Yes,
when you
yes.
see that guy, you can see with his nickname and with his name also. Now in the same way, so to do some action by that person, so you given that a nickname to them. In the same way, if you provide the annotations to that particular methods, you will get the nicknames regarding to that. For example, I say this is called test.
Test.
Okay. So annotations will be denoted with the @ symbol. So take this one as just like a nickname. So void f, this is a method name, correct?
Yes.
So this is a method name, and I given this is called test. That means this is my test case. What is this?
Test case.
This is my test case. Okay. Now there are something is there in the annotations. So basically in TestNG, there is total 9 annotations would be there. How many?
9.
9 annotations. Okay. To understand these annotations, first we need to understand what is the hierarchy of the annotations. Okay. So to understand that, we'll go to the testng.xml file. Okay.
Okay.
Now, you know about this one. This is the standard where in the XML, any XML file, this is a standard which they are giving. This is called the headers. So they will provide the version and what is the encoding of that. They will provide everything, and so that your XML file will start from that. Okay.
Yes.
And XML, we already discussed about the XML. Wait, we have discussed about the XML?
Form.xml.
Form.xml. In the form.xml, we already know XML will be denoted with the tags,
Tags. Yes.
Tags.
right?
Yes.
So for each and every tag, there is a starting and the ending.
Ending tag.
So you can see here suite and end suite, test, end test, packages and packages, and the package name and the package name. Okay. So
Yes.
the package name, you can see this, there should be end tag, right?
Yes.
I can able to denote this one like slash here as a shortcut, or I can able to write
It comes as a suggestion. Yes.
or like this. This is also both are same. Okay.
Okay.
Now, to understand the order, first we have to see suite. What do you mean by a suite? So the suite is nothing but it is a group of test cases. So to execute all the test cases together, it is called a suite. Okay.
To execute all the test cases together. Okay.
Together, group of test cases all together. We will see and we will understand why it is called as a suite and what is the use of that. We will see in the next classes probably. Okay.
Okay.
And the second one is basically all the test cases would be there. The test cases we are writing in where? We are writing in the classes, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we know that suite will have the group of test cases, but the group of test cases which we are writing in the classes, right? And then in the classes, what we have in the inside the classes, we have methods, right? So suite and then the test case and then the class and then the
Method.
Method.
correct?
Yes.
So this is called the total your structure basically. Now we will see a simple example. First is the suite. And the second one is the class. No. Second one is the test case. Before test. And third one is the class. And after one is the method. Right?
Yes.
Test.
Now, if you see like normally, if you understand the structure, right, in the Java, we have seen package. Inside the package, there is a class. Inside the class, there is a method.
Methods.
Inside the method, there is a logic. Correct?
Yes.
Now, in the same way, here also, we have one more limit, one more upper hand, like, suite. Suite will have the group of test cases. So in that group of test cases, we can say like, this is the class, this is the classes, and inside the class we'll have a method. And inside the method, what would be there? Method will have the test exact, the whatever the test case which you are gonna be execute, those test case should be there. Correct?
The
That's
annotation
the thing we
address
have to
is,
get, right?
yes.
So that is called @test. Now, this is the test. We'll see the execution order and we'll understand how it exactly works. So, do you understand what is meant by before suite?
So it will be performed every time before in suite level. Before.
Before suite level. Okay. Okay. Now, if you see, like, I have written one simple class. This class contains a list of annotations. How many annotations I have right now here?
Nine.
9.
No, not 9, it is 8. See, 1,
9,
2, 3, 4, 5,
6,
6,
7,
7,
8,
8,
Nine.
9. Oh. I cannot consider this test as a the predefined annotation, but okay, I'll tell you about that. There is a one more annotation called data provider would be there. So that's why it was, I was saying, that's okay. Let me execute this one. When you see normally the Java class, when you say run as, you say as Java application, correct?
Yes.
But here you can see is a TestNG test.
Test.
Okay. So basically, what is the difference between that and here, right? There you should have a main method to execute your Java class. Correct?
yes,
Here it is not needed, where it's inbuilt, it would be available in your TestNG classes. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's see. So if you see here, before suite, this is the first thing it's gonna be executed.
Yes.
And before test, and before class, and before method. Now inside the method, you should have the exactly normally the logic you are gonna be right? In the same way,
Yes.
before this method, and after you will have the real test case gonna be executed. Okay. Then
Okay, but why is after suite not there?
wait.
is there.
After method, after class, and after test. Where is the after suite here? The after suite, it is a collection of your test cases, correct? A
Yes.
suite is a collection of test cases. This is one test case which I have executed. So After suite will be executed after the test cases. All the test cases results is gonna be provided. Then only after suite it will execute. So it provide the result. Then after suite.
Okay.
Did you see?
Yes.
Clear?
Oh, yeah.
Very good. Okay. Now, as we discussed earlier, so suite and test and class. So how many times this will execute for this test case? For my test case, how many times this suite, class, and the test, how many times it's executed?
Suite, class, and test will execute
For
one
each test
time.
case?
Yeah,
One time, yes.
and before method will execute for each test case.
Okay, why? Why it's so?
Because before method is when we are writing a method, it will execute only before that. So if there are two tests, it will I mean it is above the test at the rate test level. So if for every at the rate test is performed, it will be printed before that. So that is why.
Can you come again? What was
The
it?
before method is written above the at the rate test,
Mhm.
just above it. So if every at the rate test we run, it will print before that. So we have here two, my first case and my first case two. So it will run two
If I
times
like,
here.
if I written like this,
Then also it will be like that. The hierarchy is internally decided. It doesn't matter where we write it.
okay, so that doesn't matter. Agree? Now
Yeah.
why? Why it will be executed for each test case?
Because each test case is a method.
Mhm. Then why not these things will execute? Why not these things will execute?
Because the method remains within a class only.
Method remains within the class only. That's good.
So the same method, if I also write the same method in another class, but that is a different method whole. So the before class won't run twice for the same method, I think.
Okay, we'll come to that. We'll add on one more class and see what will happen with that before class and before test and before suite. We'll see that. But for now, what will happen?
It will execute the before method twice and after method twice also.
Okay. Now the point here is, guys, are you following right?
Yes.
Any questions as of now?
No.
No, right?
This is the question now.
That is the question I asked, not yours. Okay. Okay. Now coming to the point here. For example, you have this. You have a global variables and the some
Methods.
Methods, right?
Yes.
Now, can you tell me one thing? Whenever I call this, whenever I create an object for this test one, okay, I can able to access these things and these things, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Whenever I call the method from the other class or with the object, so every time these values will be initialized automatically, right?
Yes.
So these values will initialize again from the object, what the object you are creating. So whichever the method you are calling, only these values are initializing, not the global values, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So the globally it is set up over there. So you're not gonna be change anything in that way in the globally, but whatever the things which you given as in the local variables, always it's gonna be changed whenever you're gonna be called, passing the parameters, whatever you do, this value will be initialized and you will get the values out of it, right?
Yes.
So in the same way, if you take understand this one, this is what, right? Okay. In the same way, this is the configuration of your setup of your class. So before suite is all test cases, I am going to be a boss. So I will run first all test cases, not only like, class A test case, class B test case, class C test case, not something like that. All the test cases, I am the boss. First one, second one. So this is the testing before starting the test. So this is what it the executed, and before class. So these are the configuration where it's gonna be set at once, only once. So that's why it is gonna be execute only once. Now coming to the method, this method, it is these three are friends. Whenever this test case is want to execute, first it has to check this before method has to execute. Then after that, this before method is done, then this after method will execute. So whenever you want to execute a test case, always these two before method and after method will execute. Any test case. Any test case if you take. For example, I have added one more thing here as another test case, even though this before method and after method it will execute, because both are friends basically. That's what you can take it up. Now, what I will do with this? Why Moulali? Why do I need to do that? What is the purpose of it? Correct. There is some purpose should be there, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Some purpose would be there, right? Why do I need to? Okay, you say this is a globally configurable, then that's fine, that's correct, because my test cases are running, so I want to set up some global values. So if you set it at once, that is good, excellent. I agree upon that point, whatever you say, but why this test? If I run this my test case, why these friends has to execute? Before method and after method, why for everything it has to execute? Because this can be two things. One, when the test case has to run some preliminary things particular to this test case. Okay, some preliminary things I need to do regarding to this test case, then only I will execute. For example, I will create a connection object, SQL connection object. I will create a SQL connection object, and then I will use my SQL connection here. And then I will close my SQL connection here. Right? So to run this test case, I want some SQL connection. For that, why I have to write I have to open here and close here and then use here, open, use and close. Why do I need to do some preliminary things I need to do so that I can bifurcate? Okay, all preliminary things will be happening from the before method. All post things, it has to have happened in the after method. Only my test case alone will execute in my test annotation method. Okay, so that is the major reason for each and every test annotation. You have some friends to execute always with you. That is before method and after method. Get it? Clear? Confused or did not understand anything?
Can you repeat once again?
Okay, we'll see now. So this is clear, right? This is before suite, before test, and before class is good. But if I have one more at the rate test, what will happen? We'll see. Then we'll execute that. So this is test case 1, and I'll say this is the real test case 2. So 1. Okay. If you see here, before method, I am the real test case, after method. Before method, I am the real test case 1, after method.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So, as I said earlier, in this before method, I created the connection and I used my SQL connection and I closed it. For my, sorry, I closed it here. And my another test case, to use my SQL connection, I need to create here, I need to use it here, and I need to close it here. Like that, there are multiple requirements might there. So I given only the one example as a SQL connection. There are multiple requirements might come in your test case written. Okay, when you are gonna be write some test cases, so you can find, okay, these are the preliminary things where I need to do for my execution of the test case. Like that, I will put it the before method. Then I will execute my test case. After completing my execution of my whatever the test case, I need to do the first things. Okay, then I need to put it in the after method. Get it?
Yes.
Now it is clear, sorry?
Yes.
Now, the basically, how we can say, right, this test case, before method, after method, we can say as a friends. Always these guys are tied together. Always these guys are tied together, where everyone will be, and if you call test case, every time, all these 3 people will execute for you. Okay, clear?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, nice. That's good. So any questions for anyone? Because these are annotations are very, very important. And this is very much straightforward. There is nothing you need to think deeply and understand, okay, what's happening, why it is happening. By the name itself, you will understand before method and at the rate test, after method. So all these things are by name itself, you will understand, okay, this will do this job with this English meaning. Okay.
Yes.
Any other questions? Anything? Any doubt?
Can you please explain the before suite, before class and
Before suite?
Yeah.
You want to know about the before suite?
Yes.
Okay. We will come to this before suite after some time, Palamita. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions about the, especially with these friends, before method, at the test, and after method? No?
That is clear now.
Okay, very good. Now, coming to this TestNG.xml. Now here, if you see what I did, I have executed a individual test case, right? When I say this, it say this is what it is, and it's passed. These two test cases are passed, and default test and run to failure 0 and skips is 0 after suite is there. Okay, so this is the summary of your total application. Correct?
Yes.
So this is a default suite. Now, when you go here, I given this one as a suite name as a October batch, and I given the test name as a test. Okay, and in the classes tag, I define one class, TestNG.newTest. So TestNG is, what is this TestNG?
Package.
This is the package name dot class name I have given. Okay, now I will add one more TestNG class. Okay. What is the another one? TestNG.newTest.
New test.
Okay. Now I have given the two classes. If I execute here, did you see here? What is the previous change and what is this change? Previously, when you are running to the class, what was the message here?
TestNG.
Test.
What is that?
TestNG test.
Test.
That is the TestNG class you are gonna be execute test case, and this is a TestNG suite, means group of test cases. That's correct.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you see here in the hierarchy, also if you see, the suite is the one where you can have the number of tests. So you can write number of test cases, a number of grouping, something you can able to do. Like for example, this is one, and you can able to write something else. This is something test name, some other classes, you can group it together. Okay. So that's everything you can do. So that means suite is covered by group of tests, right? Group of tests. Now, this test is covered by group of
Classes.
okay. Now, in this class, you will have whatever the class you are gonna be execute. Inside
methods,
what we have group of methods. The methods will have the actual test where this test method, before method and after method are friends. Now you understand the hierarchy?
Yes.
Yes.
Now it is very clear. By seeing this, you can able to say, okay, what is the purpose they have to give like this? Why they cannot able to shift this one to down, this one to up? Right? If you see in the output itself, suite, test, class, and then real methods, real test cases. Suite, test, class, and then real methods, which you are real test cases, which you are gonna be provided inside that. Okay.
Okay.
Now, coming to the point of this TestNG.xml, when I'm going to say that it is TestNG suite. Okay, if I run here, What happened?
The after suite is with that.
So if you see, this one is October class. Then suite name came here,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So if you see, this is the real test case, this is the real test case one. The previous another class, I did not provide anything here. Okay, we'll add it here. Okay, now we'll see. We'll go here. And nice, sweet. Did you see?
Yes.
Okay. Now, coming to the point. Again, we have. Oh, sorry, I added in some other wrong place.
Yeah, I was thinking that the output is
Yeah.
in test.
Yeah, because I remember the path, so I just added over there. I bring it down to down, right? Okay. This is two only, right? My first case one, my first case two. Okay.
Yes.
Now see that TestNG.xml. Did you see? Before suite, test, class, method, and all these things are coming. Now we will add some information on the suite here. Now, I am the second suite, right?
But
So it is executing from the second test case. Second class.
Did I?
Why?
This is a before suite, right? Okay, 1 second. Now, okay. Now tell me, if I'm the second suite came before test, before class, before method, I'm real test. The first before suite is not there. It is started with the second class. I am the second suite came.
I think you can scroll up. Can you scroll up on the console?
That will show the version. Yeah.
No, there is a before
I know
suite.
that. I know that. So that's why I just want to say that. So Polamita was immediately, she was, why it is starting from the, I am the second suite.
Not only Polomita, I also felt that.
Okay. So basically, it means like all your, whatever the classes which you are providing, with respect to the, it is respect to the particular structure, it is follows completely. There is no change at all. Okay. So
Okay.
you already know about what is the structure of the exhibition. So suite, test, class, and their friends, right?
Yes.
In the same way, if you have another class also, you can do that. Now, what is the difference with running individually? What is the difference running with the TestNG.xml? Here, when you are running with this TestNG.xml, whatever the classes you are providing here, from all the classes, it will execute at once.
Yes.
Okay. And if you run it individually, obviously, that particular class is executed and you can see the output out of it.
Yes.
Okay. So that is the major thing, and that is the order how this TestNG follows. Okay.
Moulali, I have two doubts.
Yeah, please.
First is when you had only one class in the test, it was showing default suite. After that, it changed to October batch.
Yes. Why?
Why is that?
Oh, yeah. First, I asked why. You need to tell me.
Oh my God.
Okay. The point here is when you are running here, the TestNG suite. Okay. In this TestNG suite, you are seeing as a default suite it is.
Yeah.
But when you are running with the TestNG.xml, you are providing the name here for the suite.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for example, October batch is so bad. Bad or good?
Oh my God.
Good, Anna.
Okay, let's see. Oh my God, it's coming as a good. Oh, that's nice. October batch is so good. Get it?
Yes.
So that's the point here. So that's the way this TestNG.xml, as we discussed yesterday, it is totally the driving factor of your TestNG project. Get it? And do you understand why the hierarchy is providing like this? Clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now it is so good, right? Now you can able to connect the dots, right? Okay, this is the way it has to come. This is the way our class also been designed. Okay, it has to start with the suite, then test, classes, and then inside this you have the real test case which we are going to write.
Like method.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, in this test, this is the hierarchy and one-time learn. So we no need to be struggle a lot, and we no need to be bring more things into this hierarchy. And after that, we will play completely with the test only. Okay. So I want to execute this one. I want to skip this one. I want to do a priority. All these things we can able to do with the test. Okay.
Okay.
Get it?
Yes.
So those things we'll see by tomorrow. And if you have any questions, I'll stop now. We'll discuss. Guys, any questions?
Yeah, I have one, but that is not discussed in today's topic.
Today's topic.
Yes.
I'm not so intelligent, sort of it, So just ask today's topic only. So you can ask me after 10 days topic. How can I able to tell you? Come on, guys. Any questions? I mean, like you guys understand, or you guys did not understand anything?
If
Yeah,
I go by definitions, then what can I say as a definition of TestNG?
For what?
As a
Yeah,
definition of
testing
TestNG.
See, the point is like I cannot give you a definition. What you understand, tell that. If the thing which you said, you already seen this 3 Idiots movie, right?
Yes.
I cannot give you the definition. Now, if you give the definition also, the same thing will happen. If you understand well, You can give the TestNG is this is what, and this will be advantage of this, and this is the way it's gonna be executed. Okay, if you want the definition, you can Google it. Hundreds of definition would come. Okay, it is a framework. It is doing this. This is the advantage. This is the disadvantage. Get it?
Yes.
Any other questions, guys? Today is very heavy day. Oh my God. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay then. Thank you. Signing off. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah.